Hello everyone, Ivy here. This week's podcast is entitled The Impact of the Archwell Foundation, a series, part 2, featuring URL Media and Presspad, episode 98. Introduction. This week's podcast looks at two media organisations that are working in partnership with the Archwell Foundation over the last 2+ years. One is USA based and the other is based here in the UK. Both have increased their activity over the last couple of years or so, but like all small organisations, any help with promotion of their aims and objectives can never do any harm. Both have measurable data relating to the impact of their work with a variety of individuals and groups. Nothing on here is about any type of performative activity. Much more detail is on their respective websites. This is just an overview to show you how, when project leaders know what they are doing and join forces with like-minded people, and then can be blessed with additional resources, this is how you uplift organisations and groups. Needs more than a handshake and an insincere smile. Everything about the research I have done has been so encouraging and uplifting. I am proud to support those who are working hard at making a positive difference in the world. Let's take a look at our first organisation, URL Media. A few quotes from the organisation on their website. URL Media is a network created to uplift, respect and love the communities we serve. We are building a decentralised, multi-platform network of high-performing black and brown media organisations. We'll share content, distribution and other resources to enhance reach, expand revenue and build long-term sustainability. Our members consist of 15 exceptional news outlets representing a diverse mix of culture, format, geography and audience. Network members are as follows: Word, Black Talk Media; Epicenter, NYC, doing good for the hood; Documented Immigration as it matters to New Yorkers; Scalawag; The Haitian Times, Bridging the Gap; TBN 24; STCK.me; Palabra; Zahan Journal; Native News Online; BVN, Black Voice News; Our Body Politic; Outlier Media; Pushback; Prism; Pulso; The Oklahoma Heel; Immigrantly, Cross-Cultural Conversations, and Lanatosia. All those I've just read out, there are details on each one of those on the website. So, how does this work? We distribute content through social media, newsletters, and each other's platforms. We are a for-profit company that generate revenue through sponsorships, advertising, syndication, and partnerships. We share those profits with the members of the network. Everything we do is with an eye towards their sustainability. We distribute our content, secure advertisers and sponsor, and form partnerships with media outlets. In the article, you will see a list of six articles, in fact, on a range of subjects, all written and published last month, June 2023. You will have links to those on the website and can go into more detail. It's just really to show you all that the website is updated and that there is much information, up-to-date information on their activities. And I said those particular articles, I chose them because their headlines stood out and they're recent in the last few weeks. URL Media, a for-profit company, has received funding from the International Women's Media Foundation and Archwell, the non-profit arm of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's, aka Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. There are so many facets to this media organisation and the wide variety of media groups that they interact with and assist in some way is impressive, and is part of their approach to building a foundation to something which has the potential to reach even more people from groups of the population that mainstream media organisations deliberately ignore. All the organisations I mentioned earlier, and many more which you will see as you explore the websites of each organisation and learn how they link with others to provide the outcomes sought. I am just giving an overview of these organisations which come under the umbrella of the two founders. Both of the co-founders have websites of their own, and each has so many strands of activity going on. And to see how they are committed to making a difference. Impact of their work is evident, and speaking as someone who has given up on mainstream media in the UK, both printed and televised, I was heartened to learn about all these smaller organisations out here on the front line, delivering a service delivered by none of the mainstream media organisations. To see these smaller organisations come together where necessary to achieve certain goals is so in keeping with what their website states and what I quoted at the beginning of this podcast. This is just a tiny selection of information from the website of URL Media, but you will see very quickly the work done of the growing number of organisations who are part of URL Media and who, in their own right, are creating and developing a space for a target audience largely ignored by mainstream media to date. Those words that I mentioned at the beginning are worth repeating again. A network created to uplift, respect, and love the communities we serve. We are building a decentralised, multi-platform network of high-performing black and brown media organisations. We will share content, distribution, and other resources to enhance reach, expand revenue, and build long-term sustainability. Another quote from the website. There is more detail in the article and some images to go with it, but just a few words here. URL Media's turnkey multi-platform sponsorships offer our trusted corporate partners access to a curated, dedicated and engaged BIPOC audience, while supporting crucial service journalism that uplifts communities of colour. Our award-winning content creators develop integral and compelling media and provide advertisers with a multimedia messaging approach via radio, streaming TV, digital and podcasts, as well as recognition on our newsletters and in our social media and thematic campaigns. Our thematic campaigns proudly celebrate heritage months and verticals that are relevant and resourceful to the experiences of our BIPOC audience. Who are the creators of URL Media? The first of the two creators is Sarah Lomax Rees. Sarah says, I believe deeply in the power and importance of media ownership, especially for black and brown people. I have been a media entrepreneur for almost 30 years, building, shaping and growing organisations created by, for and about Black people. I am the CEO of Word Radio, one of the few remaining Black-owned talk radio stations in the nation. I am also the programme lead for the Facebook BIPOC Sustainability Accelerator and a coach in the Major Metro Table Stakes programme. I believe now is the time to radically reinvent the media industry by supporting Black and Brown owner-led and undervalued for far too long. There is a link to the website, Sarah's website, in this section, and it's also listed again in the reference sources. Our second co-founder is Sumitra Kalita. Sumitra is a veteran journalist, media executive, prolific commentator, and author of 2 books. She's the co-founder, CEO of URL Media, a network of Black and Brown community news outlets that share content and revenue. URL Media works with mainstream newsrooms to syndicate content and partner on diversity initiatives in content, staffing, and culture. She says, "It feels like I've worked everywhere. CNN, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, LA Times, launched brands like Mint and Quartz, also with the purpose of trying to make coverage more inclusive and accessible. Over the last decade or so, as my career veered more into digital, I realized the most successful content on the internet is bottom-up, decentralized, rooted in a place or a people. It is a view from somewhere. I am the publisher of Epicenter New York City, a newsletter created to get my beloved community through the pandemic. URL Media is a culmination of our journeys so far." Why now? As the US enters a new chapter, we offer an alternative to business as usual. URL Media's co-founder, Sarah Lomax-Rees, wrote recently, "We must prioritise and support Black-owned media that has been doing this work for decades. Radical change is required. Continuing to pour money and resources into large white-owned led media companies that target Black consumers but don't empower them is unacceptable. We know that it's going to take years, maybe never, for mainstream media to diversify staff and content quickly enough to meet this moment. We recognise the great work our partners already do, and we believe we are stronger together." The next 4 years cannot look like the last 4, or 400. Our philosophy. Our goal is simple: to help every organisation truly committed to producing a diverse workforce and celebrating all of the benefits that go along with it. When organisations employ higher degrees of racially and ethnically diverse employees, they perform 35% better than companies that claim to rely on a culture fit that tends to trend. White and monocultural, according to McKinsey and Company. We expose companies to larger talent pools and help them unlock new audiences and profitability. Diverse organisations are 70% more likely to capture new markets than organisations that do not actively recruit and support talent from underrepresented groups. In the article, there is a section under the heading of Press, and there are 4 examples of URL Media being quoted in the press, one of which lists the two co-founders who appeared in a publication of Oprah's on May the 22nd this year. There's another in New York Times, India Currents, and so there's a list of them, and there's 4 that are highlighted in detail, and a link that you can go and explore those particular articles, just to show you that they are expanding and now appearing in a number of publications. How can people get involved or help? There are many ways. Bottom line, you can write to them, and there is an email link in the article and also obviously on the website for you to make contact that way. If you are a mainstream newsroom and would like to learn more, let us know, and the let us know section of that paragraph is a direct link to the organisation. If you are an advertiser, sponsor or funder who'd like to be aligned with our mission, we welcome the opportunity to tell you more about ourselves. And again, part of that sentence is highlighted, and it is a direct web link to the organisation. Finally, importantly, if you'd like to join our URL community, sign up for our newsletter and updates here. Again, another direct web link for you to contact them should you so wish under that heading. Our next organisation is the Presspad Foundation, and the mission of the Presspad Foundation is as follows: to advocate for, financially support and educate those from lower socio-economic backgrounds who aim for a career in the media. We want to work alongside and with the UK media to create an environment which provides real opportunities and representation for those from lower socio-economic backgrounds. Some information about us. The Presspad Charitable Foundation is an organisation founded in February 2021 to improve social mobility in the media. We created this organisation to work alongside and not in place of the pre-existing social enterprise Presspad Limited, founded by Olivia Krellin in 2018. It was following great interest from multiple donors that we decided to create a hybrid structure with clear governance, oversight and transparency in both organisations to best carry out our mission and purpose. The Foundation will allow charitable activities carried out by the social enterprise previously, including Presspad Remote, to be funded for by grants and donations and overseen by a board of trustees. The existence of the charitable foundation will also help better enable us to pass on funding to smaller and more niche organisations whose missions align with ours in order to strengthen and raise up other organisations to join a coalition of projects working in this space. Our mission and vision. Our mission is to help improve social mobility within and diversify the media industry, to advocate for, financially support and educate those from lower socio-economic backgrounds who aim for a career in the media. Our vision is for the UK media to provide real opportunities and representation for those from lower socio-economic backgrounds. Our charity actively seeks to include underrepresented communities in our programme, planning and delivery to ensure that people with direct experience are supported and safe to co-design and lead on the work we do. We have many ideas, and these are the ones we are focusing on in the coming months. Training, industry knowledge. There are 3 sections under this heading of training and industry knowledge. Training. After contributing to the running of 2 successful seasons of remote training via our social enterprise and the PressPad remote program, we are repurposing the training into themed online short courses, making advice tailored to career goals for aspiring journalists and those seeking to work in the media. Industry panels. Many of our friends, partners and other members of our wider community are experts within different areas of the media industry. This variety of expertise allows us to create interesting panel discussions about topics and aspects supporting our wider mission and/or helping others seeking advice on what it's like working in the media. Fellowships. Supporting future journalists while partnering with innovative publications across the UK. More coming soon. Next heading is about support, and there are 3 examples of support given. Career support. We offer tailored one-to-one CV, cover letter and job application advice. These 30-minute sessions are delivered by a media industry professional. Peer support. The importance of peer-to-peer networking is often underestimated, but this type of networking can be crucial to shape and enhance careers within the sector. Our aim is to create a network within our community and support both industry professionals and those at the start of their career in making the most of this unique opportunity to connect, learn and grow. Financial support. Thanks to the imminent launch of our sister social enterprises digital platform, we are raising funds for bursaries. Whether it is because your organisation is not using the platform or that extra help is needed, we are here to support. The next area of support is advocacy, and there are 2 sections under that heading. Thought leadership. We strive to be the leaders of new ways of thinking to support our mission. We have become known to talk about important topics and current events surrounding diversity in the media industry, frequently including our discussions on the state of the creative industries, social mobility, nepotism, confidence of young people, and lack of opportunities outside expensive cities. PressPad previously gave evidence to the House of Lords Select Committee and will continue to produce our own research while collaborating with key players in the industry. Frameworks. We believe the only way to move forward is by working together. To this end, we are working on a framework to support organisations in becoming more diverse. The next heading is about impact. We measure our impact through regular data and testimonial collections from all those who take part. There is an image which is in the article divided up into a series of boxes with stats. An overview is as follows. 3,562 tracked event attendees' views of our resources between April and November 2021. 9 out of 10 is how useful our attendees found our sessions. 9 out of 10 is the extent to which they left the session with new things to try. A third of the attendees say their parents have qualifications below degree level or no formal qualifications. 96% say their parents did not work in the media industry. 63% are from outside London. These sessions make a much-needed bridge between those who have contacts in the media industry and those who do not. I am genuinely grateful PressPad is working on making media opportunities achievable for everyone. They need your help. There is much more information on the website. Information is given about donating direct to the organisation, but it is one of many methods outlined. Here are a few others of some of the options outlined on the website, which may give you food for thought if you are interested in ways you may be able to help or to highlight these areas to others. Become a volunteer. From PressPad Remote to our future events, you can play a crucial role in facilitating young people's futures, be that sharing your career journey through a masterclass or one of our interactive Instagram Q&A sessions, or by directly mentoring a young journalist. Volunteering on our programs is a simple way to make a big difference. We are also looking for people with skills such as video editing, experience with design, social media, research, and fundraising to help us with our day-to-day tasks too. If you feel that you have anything else to offer to our organisation, then we'd also love to hear from you. Additional ways to support us. Donate your second-hand equipment. Computers, screens, cameras, laptops, phones, all could be a vital tool for aspiring journalists. Second, employees. You could share one of your employees with us for an agreed time. Training programs. Sponsor one of our dedicated training programs and become known as an organisation championing and supporting diversity. Partnerships. We are proud to have partnered with the following organisations so far, together shaping the growing public movement for inclusive media: DMG Media and the Archwell Foundation. Our sister social enterprise. Our sister social enterprise hosting platform, PressPad, links mentoring, networking and accommodation to lower the financial barrier of entry into journalism. Founded by Olivia Krellin in 2018, it was set up as a response to the well-known but not often addressed difficulty of breaking into journalism, media and broader creative industries. This means helping make internships and work experience more affordable to those living outside of expensive cities, initially London, and from lower socio-economic backgrounds. Aspiring journalists get a place to stay that doesn't break the bank, as well as the opportunity for invaluable guidance and advice from their experienced hosts. And there is a web link in the article just under the section that I've just quoted, where you can find out more about that. My closing remarks. Once again, we have here another 2 examples of organisations who are working in their communities, focusing on underrepresented groups, in this case, those who would like a career in the media. We all know from raw experience here in the UK that entry into UK media, printed or televised, is for an elite group of people, and it in no way represents the communities in the UK or the countries that they claim to care about, and wish to have partnerships with. Entry into that very special elitist group is not based on talent or experiences, or the communities that they write about and disparage daily in their various mediums of communication. I welcome Harry and Meghan's inclusive approach to giving these underrepresented groups and their respective media organisations a helping hand. Like I said, there are many ways of providing assistance if you are interested at a corporate or individual level. Ways that I had not even thought of or knew anything about until I researched these companies. I hope you found this podcast the second in our series of people out there making a difference and who have gone on to build their businesses further after a partnership with the two organisations, one of which is the Archewell Foundation. I wish them further continued success and hope that we can shine a light on their hopes and aspirations in any way that we can moving forward. Hope to see you all, and hopefully new subscribers to the channel as we go along this new route, where we highlight another two organisations in part 3 of this series about the impact of Archewell Foundation in less than 3 years. Notice that one of these organisations is a UK company. Notice the stark difference of the approach of Archewell to helping and supporting a UK-based organisation, and yet we have tax-funded entities that have an entirely different approach to interacting with their UK organisations and have yet to produce any identifiable impact over many, many years. Here we have an organisation working with others who have measurable outcomes and have identifiable growth in less than 3 years. This is why this channel is highlighting what can be and is being done in the background of publicised campaigns to incite negativity against Harry and Meghan, whilst members of that particular group are doing nothing but photo opportunities for public relations, with no quantifiable outcome for their visits to their charities. They should all take a seat and watch and learn what can be achieved when you have your heart and soul into a cause, not just performative actions for camera shots. That's all from me for this week. I hope that the web links within both organisations and in the article and obviously on their websites will take you to areas of further interest. Thank you for listening, thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for still supporting and being there for our faves, Harry and Meghan. So, until next week, I look forward as usual to your comments, and let's see where we go in the next two organisations coming up a week from Sunday. So, bye from me, bye from Ivy, bye.